With quorum360, we can rapidly deploy datasets into the RDF graph. In this example, we have taken the datasets of lines, stations and zones of the London Underground system, created the corresponding model and used that model to convert the dataset to a RDF graph. From there, we have published as both OData and also generated the Lens2OData user interface user experience. Neither of these steps require any coding whatsoever. Let's have a look at the capabilities. On the left, we have the navigator and we can see three entity sets: lines, stations and zones. We can start by navigating through the lines and we can choose to display the lines. And here we have a list of all of the lines that comprise the London Underground system. We could activate the context menu of one of the lines, let's say the circle line, and from there we could select one of these options, perhaps the graph view. We activate the graph view and of course we only have the single entity of the central line. Clicking on it reveals the limited details we have in here, but we can see there are 50 stations. If I wanted to add those 50 stations to the graph, all I have to do is double click and expand all, and it's added all of those stations in the graph. Click further on one of these stations and I see Greenford Station and its details, but we also have the longitude and latitude. That suggests we could also place it on a geo map. And I can do that here, and I can choose either Wikimedia Streets or a variety of different map standards. I'll stick with Wikimedia Streets. Toggle the map mode, and I can see the central line of London superimposed on that map of London as it carves its way underneath the streets. Now, just to prove that this is a complete map or a data set of that, let's do some searching or play Mornington Crescent. If I choose Mornington, I get a match of the resource that it finds where there is one or more properties containing the string that I'm seeking the match. I could have chosen something else, such as Baker, corresponding to Baker Street, and we can see that we also have a single entity matching Baker Street. But what if we wanted to find how they're linked together? What I could do is click on the context menu of Baker Street and do a link search, because I want to find how is Baker Street linked to Mornington Crescent. After all, I want to win this game. Select Mornington Crescent there, and it brings up the various routes that we can take from the entity Baker Street to the entity that contains the property string Mornington, or in this case the Mornington Crescent statement. However, I'm not sure even this logical approach would satisfy the true players of the Mornington Crescent, but it's fun to see data sets, the graphs, and performing linked queries across very familiar sets of information. Thank you.